Today I'm going to discuss another tarot card, and let us see which card do I get, and then I will talk about it and how to read this card in a tarot card reading. So I don't know which card I get is a Heirophant. So let us understand Hierophant as a card first. This is a major arcana card, and if you see, Hierophant is very imposing in this picture. You can also see him head to toe and facing you. So when Hierophant is dealing with you, or when somebody draws this card and you want to know how's this person dealing with you, this person is being very transparent, because his both the hands are seen, his feet are seen, he is not hiding his face, so everything is visible about him. So he brings everything to the table. This is a very transparent card. Also, if I told you in tarot this is the card which listens the most, would you be able to tell how? If you see in his hand, he holds this, it's maybe a religious something related with the religious order that he holds in his hand. But let us say we don't understand anything about religion or any old tradition, and we have to read this symbol or this prop in his hand. How would you read it? So the way to read it is, the way I read it is, this is like an antenna in his hand. Mostly if you're fixing a TV, you would fix a antenna which looks like this, which is in his hand. So if Hierophant is holding an antenna in his hand, it means he's taking in whatever is getting said at lot of places, and he's listening to it. It also means he's watching everything that is happening world over. So this is like a TV antenna that he's holding in his hand. If we were not to know any religious or a traditional symbol of what is in his hand. So Hierophant is someone who listens the most and is also very transparent. So that is the reason why Hierophant will act or will be the nicest of mediator into the things. Now of course we know why it is something to do with religion, because he has a cross on his dress, which means it's something related to religion. He maybe prays a lot, he does a lot of meditation, and therefore holds the position that he does. And then we have these two people who are talking to him or taking his advice and are listening to him. Also, when this guidance shows up, it is about traditions. Hierophant will draw from the past or from a tradition and will give you a guidance of what has been done always, and therefore is also the way forward. Now if we were to understand this guidance in the reverse, one, he's definitely not listening, or he's not holding this symbol in his hand, the prop in his hand. The other is, there are not two people who are standing and talking to him, he may be all by himself. So in the reverse of Hierophant, Hierophant may be all by himself also. Also, he may not be following traditions and therefore does not have fan following. So, a reverse Hierophant is someone who breaks out of a certain traditional way of life or a system and follows his own chosen path. So, he does not, or he or she does not feel the urgency or need or gets bound by traditions or certain rituals from their community or are as imposed by the society. So this is how you read the Hierophant as a guidance. If I've had a vision about Hierophant, I have had a vision about Hierophant, and I have seen Hierophant being carried, on the shoulders, or by on the shoulders by some people, and there are public which is standing and just looking at him or admires his repute of being so big and so respected. We have to understand, let's say, Hierophant with some other card. So I get is a devil in the reverse. So let us say you get a Hierophant and then you get is a devil in the reverse. So now maybe the question someone has asked you is, how will be my trip? And you get these two cards. So the first card you get is the Hierophant, and second you get is the devil, which is in the reverse. So the guidance really is that you've been making the plans, and whoever you were dealing with was or is very transparent, but I don't see your trip going so well. When the devil shows up, it is about worries, it is about constraints, it's about somebody playing dirty or trying to control you. So when the devil reverse comes, it just says that while you're planning and spending was all right and was well invested, but I just see something unforeseen coming, and maybe will curtail your movement or trip will be cut short. So devil does not let you complete or the journey or enjoy your time. So even though you will plan your trip the best, you may still for some reason your trip may not go as well as you have imagined or you have planned. So this is the guidance when you get devil in the reverse with Hierophant. Now let us see what is the guidance if you had to take some other card with it, and let's see how's the guidance. So I'm just going to take out one more card and see how's the guidance. So I get is Queen of Pentacles and Hierophant. So the guidance really is that your effort is going to pay you off very well, and there is a bit of change of heart and mind. While you've been very focused on work all this while, I see you spending money or making a lot of money just going forward. These two cards together, let's say if you were to ask the same question, how will be my trip, and you get these two cards, the guidance is your trip is well planned. It's looking like everything is transparent, everything is done well. I just see you it getting upgraded in some way, that you will almost have a luxurious trip, so this is the guidance when you get with the Queen of Pentacles with Hierophant. So this is how you read the cards. So every card, when you get a second card along with Hierophant, then the meaning changes, and it depends on, then the outcome depends on how the two cards are placed. The reason I do two card readings is because I've got a vision of two cards, which was Three of Pentacles and Ten of Cups, and that is when in the vision I was able to read these cards very beautifully, the two cards which are merged as one, and that is how I feel very very confident and good to read two cards for any question. So this is the reading guidance for Hierophant for this week. And now I show you one imagery on how would you read a hierophant which I have drawn.